Good morning and welcome to the Anne Arundel County Delegation meeting. I'm Delegate Heather Bagnall, Chair of the delegation, with Vice Chair Delegate Dana Jones. Before we conduct further business, I would ask everyone to welcome Delegate Sandy Bartlett, District 32, who will be offering our pledge and our prayer today.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you. Thank you for this beautiful morning. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for letting us have rest last night. And any of us who were not able to rest or be at peace, dear Lord, please touch them today. Walk with them, hold their hand. Anyone who among us who may be ill, heal them. We thank you for our families. We thank you for all the many blessings. We pray that we do your will as we walk the halls, as we pass our bills, as we study our bills, as we have meetings, and we pray that we do the will of the people of Maryland. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. I want to also welcome our senators. Senator Dawn Guile from District 33, Senator Pam Beidle from District 32, Senator Brian Simonaire from District 31, Senator Sarah Elfreth from District 30, Senator Jim Rosapep from District 21, and Senator Clarence Lamb from District 12. We also welcome our guests, the Anne Arundel County chapter of the AARP, Virginia Crespo from the Maryland Retired Teachers Association, Hannah Dyer and Ethan Hunt from the County Executive Stuart Pittman's office, Jessica Cook from the office of Senator Cardin, Jessica Clayton from the office of Senator Van Hollen, Bridget Smith from the office of Congressman John Sarbanes, and Alderwoman Rhonda Pindell-Charles from Ward 3 in Annapolis. I also want to recognize our counsel, Matt Carpenter, our delegation secretary, Roger Massey, my chief of staff, Rory Nolan, and Josh Paper, chief of staff to Vice Chair Jones, who are providing technical support for the meeting. As a reminder, all delegation meetings will be on Zoom due to space constraints, and all presentations will be limited to 5 minutes to accommodate our members who are being pulled in multiple directions ahead of crossover. So I do thank you for keeping to the time. I want to thank also this delegation and especially our subcommittee chairs, Delegates Bartlett and Simmons of our Education Subcommittee, Delegate Henson, our Public Health, and Madam Vice Chair for Capital Budget for pulling together meetings to help get our priorities over the finish line before crossover. We have 3 bills on today: House Bill 1410, House Bill 541, and Senate Bill 20. Mr. Secretary, if you can call the roll for the record.
A roll for the record for 8 March 2024. Vice Chair Jones.
Here, Madam Chair, I'm having technical difficulties with the camera, but I am here working on it.
Thank you. I just got your text.
We got it. Delegate Barnes. Delegate Bartlett.
Here.
Delegate Chang.
Here.
Delegate Chisholm.
Here.
Delegate Henson.
Present.
Delegate Howard.
Here.
Delegate Kipke.
Present.
Delegate Lehman. All right. Delegate Munoz.
Here.
Delegate Pena-Melnick.
Here. Good morning.
Good morning. Delegate Pruski.
Here.
Delegate Rogers. Delegate Smith.
Here.
Delegate Simmons. Chair Bagnall.
Here.
Let me recall Delegate Lehman. I think we're trying to get her in. Okay, we have quorum, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We're going to start with the vote on House Bill 1410. This is Anne Arundel County Department of Housing and Community Development Committee of Individuals with Lived Experience to impact policy on homelessness. Chair Henson, can you give us the report?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The House Bill 1410, introduced by Delegate Howard to establish a committee on homelessness. We adopted, or in the committee, we voted favorable on an amendment that would strike the bill and replace the bill with requirements for the Anne Arundel County and City of Annapolis continuum of care. It looks like that organization has already embarked on the work, so the amendment would require them to add an additional person to that coalition that is a veteran who also has lived experience with homelessness, and would require the commission to produce a report on December 1, 2025 to the General Assembly on findings and recommendations. Move the amendment.
Do I have a second on the amendment?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, if you could call the roll.
I have a question.
Oh, Delegate Howard, sorry. Let me open it up for
Sure.
any questions or concerns.
Sure. Yeah. Just for clarity, the bill is not a study.
Delegate, the bill is now requiring the commission to produce findings and recommendations, and the context of those findings and recommendations would be a study. It looks like the ongoing work that the original bill envisioned, they are doing that ongoing work, but in your desire to have a little more oversight, have a little more accountability and clarity on the commission's work, we are requiring them to make those recommendations to the General Assembly. So that is considered a study for drafting purposes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions from the members on the amendments? All right, they've been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, if you can call the roll on the amendments.
This vote is for House Bill 1410 amendment. Vice Chair Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Bartlett,
Aye.
Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
Yes.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman,
Yes.
Delegate Munoz,
Yes.
Delegate Pena-Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Pruski,
Aye.
Delegate Rogers, Delegate Smith,
Yes.
Delegate Simmons. Madam Chair, by a vote of 13 to 0. with
I'm a
three-
yes as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's all right.
assumed that. All right, by a vote of 13 to 0 with 3 absent, the amendment passes.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank
Can
you.
I have a motion on the bill as amended?
Move the bill.
Second.
It's been moved and
Second.
seconded. Mr. Secretary, if you can call the roll.
Okay, this vote is for House Bill 1410, Anne Arundel County Department of Housing and Community Development, Anne Arundel County Committee of Individuals with Lived Experience to Impact Policy on Homelessness. Vice Chair Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Bartlett,
Aye.
Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
Yes.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman,
Yes, and I'd like to thank Delegate Howard for his leadership on this issue.
Delegate Munoz,
Yes.
Delegate Pena-Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Pruski,
Aye.
Delegate Rogers, Delegate Smith,
Yes.
Delegate Simmons, Chairwoman Bagnall.
Yes.
By a vote of 13 to 0 with 3 absent, the bill passes.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank you to the members. If I'm rushing things, I don't mean to. I just want to make sure that we're getting the work done before crossover. So please make sure if you have questions that you let me know. So we're going to go to the vote on House Bill 541. This is Student Loan Assistance Repayment Program for Educators Established. We heard this bill February 2nd. We were waiting on some information regarding funding. Chair Bartlett, can you give us the report?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Education Subcommittee met and discussed the bill with the bill sponsor and voted out unanimously House Bill 541 with recommendation to the delegation to move forward with the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just to confirm, there are no amendments. Is that correct?
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Would you like to move the bill?
I move the bill.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions? All right, Mr. Secretary, if you can call the roll.
This vote's for House Bill 541, Anne Arundel County Student Loan Assistance Repayment Program for Educators established. Vice Chair Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Bartlett,
Yes.
Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
Yes.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman,
Yes.
Delegate Munoz,
Yes.
Delegate Pena Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Pruski,
Aye.
Delegate Rogers, Delegate Smith,
Yes.
Delegate Simmons, Chairwoman Bagnall.
Yes.
By a vote of 13-0 with 3 absent, bill passes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. We have one more bill today, a bill hearing on Senate Bill 20. This is Environment Cox Creek Citizens Oversight Committee alterations. This bill is the cross-file to House Bill 343, and the Senate bill is in the same posture as House Bill 343, which passed this delegation unanimously. Delegate Munoz, if you would like to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think you did a great job. I don't want to waste our time this morning. I'm happy to answer any questions, but like you said, we all voted the exact same cross-file out unanimously, and so I don't perceive any discussion.
Thank you, Delegate Munoz. I have a hand from Delegate Jones,
Thank you, Madam Chair.
or Vice Chair, sorry, Vice Chair Jones.
Thank you so much, Delegate Munoz. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules and vote for SB 20 today, same day.
All right, we have a motion to suspend the rules and vote
Second.
the same day. It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Secretary, can you call the roll on motion to suspend the rules and vote the bill?
This vote is to suspend the rules to vote the bill for Senate Bill 20, Environment, Cox Creek Citizens Oversight Committee alterations. Vice Chair Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Bartlett,
Aye.
Delegate Barnes, Delegate Chang,
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm,
Yes.
Delegate Henson,
Yes.
Delegate Howard,
Yes.
Delegate Kipke,
Yes.
Delegate Lehman,
Yes.
Delegate Munoz,
Yes.
Delegate Pena Melnick,
Yes.
Delegate Pruski,
Aye.
Delegate Rogers, Delegate Smith,
Yes.
Delegate Simmons, Chairwoman Bagnall.
Yes.
Again, by a vote of 13-0 with 3 absent, the motion passes.
All right, and I have no further questions from the members, so can I have a motion on the bill?
Move the bill.
Move favorable.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. No further questions. Mr. Secretary, if you could call the roll on Senate Bill 20.
This vote is for Senate Bill 20, Environment, Cox Creek Citizens Oversight Committee alterations. The vote to bill, Vice Chair Jones,
Yes.
Delegate Barnes. Delegate Bartlett.
Aye.
Delegate Chang.
Yes.
Delegate Chisholm.
Yes.
Delegate Henson.
Yes.
Delegate Howard.
Yes.
Delegate Kipke.
Yes.
Delegate Lehman.
Yes.
Delegate Munoz.
Yes.
Delegate Pena Melnick. Delegate Pena Melnick. Delegate Pruski.
Aye.
Delegate Rogers. Delegate Smith.
Yes.
Delegate Simmons. Chairwoman Bagnell.
Yes.
Let's repeat, Delegate Pena Melnick.
1 minute. Yes, I'm sorry, I got disconnected. Yes.
Got it. Gotcha. All right, by a vote of 13-0 with 3 absent, the bill motion passes.
All right, and we will make sure that we get those letters to the committees, so that we can get that done. Thank you, everyone. We are going to now move to our presentations. So I would like to welcome Wes Queen from the University of Maryland Legacy Leadership Institute. Welcome.
Let's see.
Do we have Wes Queen?
I don't see Mr. Queen this morning.
All right, then, let me see, is Shelley Rowe here yet? I'm gonna jump around. So we're gonna start then with the Chesapeake Bay Trust, and Dr. Jana Davis, if you want to introduce your team.
Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate it. I'm Jana Davis. I'm the president of the Chesapeake Bay Trust, and I'm here with Suzanne Richards from the Ag Tag organization. So we are the Bay Plate folks, and Suzanne represents the Ag Tag, and we're 2 separate organizations. And because you created the Chesapeake Bay license plates and the Ag Tag, and also created the Chesapeake Bay Trust, we feel it's important to come back and let you know what we're doing in your districts with resources that you all generated. So the Chesapeake Bay Trust was created by you all, the General Assembly, in the 1980s as a way to really reach community-based groups on the ground. We feel that if communities do and own and sort of lead their own projects, they will be sustained into the future. And then that sort of stewardship ethic and environmental ethic will continue on for past the sort of grants that we make. And so I'm going to see if I can share my screen really quickly. I can. And so every year we send you an annual report. And in it, we're very transparent. We tell you exactly where we're putting the dollars, and the dollars come from the Bay Plate. There's a tax checkoff, the Chesapeake and Endangered Species tax checkoff, which you all created as well back in the 80s. We are not appropriated. You all created the Bay Plate and the tax checkoff to fund us. And since then, we've grown to manage funding from about 40 other entities. So counties, private foundations, corporate foundations, individuals, et cetera. And so within the annual report, you see all of the grants that we make. And again, super transparent. We have a ton of grants in Anne Arundel County. Anne Arundel County folks are incredibly active. And then in addition, each quarter, we send you letters that include all of the grants that we make for that quarter in your districts. And so you will see examples of homeowners associations, faith-based groups. About 15% of our grants now are either to the faith community or communities, I should say, or work on faith grounds, own a lot of property, schools, a lot of kids to get out on field trips. And if you have organizations in your districts that you think could benefit from quite frankly, any kind of environmental type of grant, we welcome connections. So just connect us up and we can direct them. I know Delegate Henson has been really involved in a lot of work in her district, and Senator Bidle, who I think is on the call, maybe I haven't seen her, but she is the legislator's designee from the Senate on our board, and Delegate Fraser Hidalgo serves on the board from the House. So thank you so much. I know you're very busy, so I spoke quickly. I'm sorry about that. I'll turn it over to Suzanne Richards to talk about the Ag Tag and what the Ag Tag does in your networks.
Thank you so much, Jana. Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear
we
me? I
can.
hope you can.
We can hear you.
Oh, good. Obviously, I'm in my car, so I'm like, I'm not sure exactly how this is working on my phone, but thank you for having me. Good morning. My name is Suzanne, and I'm with Maryland Agricultural Education Foundation. For the folks with these cute little tags that you see on the road. And our job is to help people understand how their food is grown and help them pursue ways to find ways to pursue careers in the agricultural industry, making sure that there's ag education in our schools. So MAFE does that in a number of ways. We have programs that go to elementary schools to get kids interested in agriculture. And we have mobile science labs that go and teach kids a science lesson that's based on agriculture. So they go all over the state, but specifically in Anne Arundel County. In the last year, they went to Jones Elementary, Crofton Meadows Elementary, and Woodside Elementary. And then we have showcases that go to public events. And so they attended the Maryland Million at Laurel Park, as well as the Youth Summit at Sandy Point State Park. We have FFA programs at Cat North, the Phoenix Academy, and Southern High School, all doing great. And we participated in the career night at Cat North last year. Another thing that we do is help support those agriculture teachers that are out there. Maryland State Department of Education used to have a whole office of people that supported the efforts of ag teachers across the state. And since they've had cuts over the years to those programs, we've picked up more of that work. So we appreciate your support. I look forward to sharing some more information with you, including our annual report that I have here with me. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much. And Susanna and Jana, you both did amazing. I really appreciate you you keeping to the time. We have a hand from Delegate Henson. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the Trust for the presentation. I know that we are always looking to make sure young people in our respective districts have opportunities, and I think that the Trust had some great ones. Could you tell us about some of the ways young people can get involved in the work you're doing?
Absolutely. We have a couple grant programs specifically aimed and other programs at young people. So thank you for asking that question. You all actually in 2010 created the Chesapeake Conservation, and now it's Chesapeake Conservation and Climate Corps. That's a wonderful program for young people ages 18 to 25 to have a 1-year stipend supported term of service. So the application for the young people just closed yesterday. We had 140 something applicants for 50 slots. We love to get more young people. So in that 18 range, so right after high school, we'd love to give people who can't go to college or don't want to go to college yet an opportunity. So please send folks our way. Those folks are placed in host organizations around the region. And then we have 2 K-12 environmental education programs, one aimed really for teachers to get their kids outside. You know, we're old school. We still make, $5,000 grants because we think it's sometimes someone can have an amazing idea that they just need a couple dollars for. And so teachers can apply for, honestly, $100 if they really need it. We know how much teachers are but using their own money sometimes to support things in their classrooms. So teachers can apply to get their kids, usually an outdoor related project, schoolyard habitat project. And then we have a larger K-12 environmental education program that's aimed for sort of systemic programming across school systems. But we love to talk to young people. So if you have a young person in your district who is interested in an environmental career, not maybe ready to apply for the Conservation Corps, send them our way. We're happy to talk to them. So Delegate, I hope that answers your question.
It does.
You know our programming so well. Was there a program that I missed that you know of?
No, that was great. I think that's exactly what the members want to hear, so we can amplify the programs that you're doing and make sure the young people in our district are headed your way. Thank you.
Thank you. And about 60,000 young people go through K-12 programs across the region that we funded. So it is a large percentage of the K-12 community. So.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Delegate Henson. Are there other questions from the members? Seeing none, thank you so much for your presentation. We really appreciate all the work that you do in our communities and all the work you do with our young people. And thank you also for elevating our hardworking educators who are, to your point, often supplementing their work, from their own pocketbooks. So thank you so much. I want to go ahead and welcome Shelley Rowe from the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra and Shelley, if you want to introduce your team and welcome to the delegation.
Thank you so much, Delegate Bagnall. We are so grateful to be here. I am Shelley Rowe. I am the chair of the Board of Trustees for the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra. Joining me today is our interim executive director, Barbara Randolph, and Julie Nolan, our director of education and community outreach. And we might have a couple of board members here, Jill Kidwell and Sonia Gladwin as well. You know, when people think of the word symphony, it brings up a lot of different things to different people. We're here to share some information about the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra. Perhaps some of it might surprise you, but mostly we're here to collaborate with you to grow the service we can provide in the community and to your constituents. We are the orchestra in your backyard, and we are here to serve people in Anne Arundel County. Let's talk a little bit about who it is that's on the stage. Our musicians are highly educated. Of the people you see on stage, 8 of them have doctorates, all the rest have master's degrees, and they love to share their love with music. What you see here on the screen is our petting zoo, where the kids from the audience get to come up and see, sometimes for the first time, what a real upright bass looks like, or a violin, or a clarinet, or a piccolo. And our musicians love to share that information. This is our maestro, Jose Luis Novo. You may not be aware, but Maestro Novo came to the U.S. from Spain as a Fulbright scholar at Yale. He is starting at Annapolis Symphony Orchestra his 20th year here. He is a visionary leader that in his 20 years has grown this symphony to be a regional powerhouse. You may not be aware, in 2022, he led the orchestra on a tour of Spain. Your orchestra played to sold-out crowds, multiple standing ovations, and an invitation to return. Now, where do we perform? Last year, we performed 68 live performances. Of those, 41 were free. Now, in this map, you can see the locations where we performed last year. We cover some of the county, but not all of the county. And that's where we would like to collaborate with you so that over time, those dots can grow to encompass the whole county. I'm very pleased to share that next year we are expanding to the Chesapeake Arts Center in North County. So that's very exciting, and we'd like to even grow further. And you may also want to know, we provide tickets to underserved families in our community so that money doesn't have to be a barrier to music. Of our 25,000 concert goers, our patrons, are your constituents. You can also see from this map, they come from all over the county. And while it's good, we can do better with collaboration from you to reach out further to cover the entire county, to really bring this music all across everyone in the county. Now, you may not think of diversity when you think about a symphony, but take a look at this image. These are the guest artists from our current season. What you see here are not only talented musicians, but people from a wide variety of backgrounds. At any Annapolis Symphony Orchestra concert, you will experience diverse artists, diverse composers, and diverse music. In addition, I'm excited to say that we hope in the next season to really highlight Maryland's Year of Civil Rights and honor the Civil Rights Act. That's another way that we're pulling in diversity. Now, to be honest, diversity in an orchestra is a journey. It is a long journey. We are at the beginning of it, but we are fully committed and we're making good progress. Nowhere is that progress more visible than at the Annapolis Symphony Academy. With over 100 enrollees, over half of them are Latino or African American. They range from 4-year-olds, like you see on the left, to high schoolers, like you see on the right. And hopefully you can see someone you might recognize in that image there. She just looks like a high schooler. Now, we have given $350,000 in need-based scholarships. To date, we have not turned a single child away because of an inability to pay. The mission at the Academy is to change the orchestra stage one kid and one family at a time. In the 60 years the symphony has existed here in Anne Arundel County, we have grown to an almost $3 million budget. Half of that comes from individual contributions. Our patrons, our donors, are also your constituents. And every concert that we do brings revenue into local businesses. The more concerts, the more patrons, the more revenue comes into the local economy. Now, today, we're here to just ask for your support, not money, just support. Hopefully, we've highlighted just a few things that begin to break the stereotype of a symphony. As you are in your districts and in the county talking about the great things in Anne Arundel County, talk about the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra and join us. You know the importance of showing up in person. You may not want to miss the next concert with Abadajan Pratt. Now, this is Mr. Pratt here on the lower left, the second person in. Now, NPR recently named his classical music album as one of the top 10 in 2023, and he is going to be right here in Annapolis. That concert also features composer Miss Nikki Sohn. Nikki is performing a world premiere work that she composed. You will notice that Nikki is not a dead white European. That is because we co-commissioned this work because Maestro Novo believes we need to invest in today's composers who will be tomorrow's Beethovens. And mostly, we're here to say, let's talk. We will reach out to your staff in the days following this presentation to find a time to collaborate with you. If you are at all intrigued, let your staff know to look for an email from us, and we'll set something up after the session at your convenience to see how we can expand our reach and bring more music into your district. We are indeed the orchestra here in your backyard, no matter where your backyard is. Let us work with you to grow that impact. We at the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra, we believe that all the work those musicians do and all the work we do, it is because at the Annapolis Symphony Orchestra, music matters. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you, and I'm happy to address any questions that you have.
Thank you so much. And your enthusiasm just like exudes from your presentation. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the members, Delegate Bartlett and then Delegate Schmidt.
Thank you so much. And Ms. Rowe, thank you so much. I agree with our chair. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and you are, speaking a universal language through music. And I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm going to try to make a concert this Saturday at 5 o'clock on chamber music. I'm trying. We'll see. I hope to make it. But after our session, then the availability opens up. One thing I wanted to ask, and I would definitely like you all to contact my office because I have a few ideas. Delegate Prisky and I have been, talking about a few ideas on coming to West County. One thing I'd also like to invite you all to come to the State House. I don't know if you have, but the acoustics in the atrium of the State House are incredible, and I would love to hear you all there. So I extend that invitation now, and I look forward to talking to you about coming to West County.
Well, thank you, Delegate Bartlett. So the concert you're referring to this Saturday is a chamber concert at Bowie State. We're so excited to partner with Bowie State. This is our first time to be there, and we just couldn't be more thrilled. It's a partnership we've been working on. We look forward to talking and working with you. We'd love to play at the State House. So let's figure out how to make that happen.
Thank you so much. Delegate Schmidt.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Shelley. I could use your symphony right now with the jackhammer right outside of my window. I tell you, it would be a huge help. And I want to also invite you to maybe talk more about getting into the Crofton region. We do have a pretty big population there, and I was almost discouraged by the 2% attendance and the lack of a dot there. And I appreciate your data with where you're showing the attendees coming from. I think that's paramount when we're looking at how we can draw more to understand more about the symphony. So I appreciate that work there.
Thank you. And we look forward to talking with you. We would love to grow some of our participation in the Crofton area. It's a really important area. So we'll reach out.
Yeah. And what time is the Bowie State this weekend?
I'm going to have to ask Barbara or Julie about that. Barbara, I see
It's
you're
at 5 p.m.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Delegate. Delegate Kipke.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I just want to take a minute to thank you, Shelley, for the concert at Downs Park's new amphitheater over the summer. It was fantastic for our area of the county, and our area obviously isn't as lucky as the Annapolis region with the access to the arts. I know there were a lot of locals that attended, and I think it's something that can continue to build into a bigger and bigger event. So thank you for doing that, and really appreciate the work that you're doing in our county.
And Delegate Kipke, it's us who should be thanking you. Between you and the county funding, you all got us into Downs Park. We'll be there again this Labor Day. So thank you so much. And let's grow that access to music even further.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Madam Vice Chair Jones.
Thank you so much, Shelley. I am so incredibly proud of the symphony, of the work you do with the community, of the work that you do with our youth. And I am also so incredibly proud to share you with the rest of the county, right? But I have to say, as we highlighted you all at our District 30 district night this year at Market House, the acoustics too were wonderful at Market House. Who knew? So I just wanted to thank you for coming with the kids as well. And we're just so very appreciative of you. Thank you.
And thank you for inviting us. That photograph you saw was taken at the District 30 event with Delegate Jones. So thank you for inviting us to that. And I neglected to mention Delegate Kipke, the first image in this slide deck was taken at Downs Park.
Thank you so much. And you'll share that slide deck with us. I think it went out this morning, and we'll make sure that we circulate it to the entire membership. I also want to take a moment of personal privilege to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I know we've met a number of times and talked through some strategies to try and make sure that we're getting the symphony into all parts of the county. And I just really appreciate the work that you do, because it is so very meaningful for our young people. I was at the concert, the honoring Ukraine, when you actually had to change first violinists to protect a violinist who was in jeopardy just for performing because she had family in Russia. So thank you for the work that you do, because I think sometimes we don't recognize the really meaningful threads, that go far beyond the concert.
Thank you for that. And let me just, again, if you all are interested in coming, let us know. You have contact information for Barbara and Julie, and we can work with you all on tickets. We'd love to have you come. And we are going to be trying to work into the Civil Rights Act in our next season. So we're very excited about that as well. Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I do not see West Queen. We've been trying to get a hold of West Queen, and so I'm not sure if there was just, a lot of moving parts. So we'll try and get Mr. Queen on a future meeting.
Madam Chair, if I can interject.
Yes.
We were not able to get hold of Mr. Queen this morning, but relating to the Annapolis Symphony, that slide deck went out this morning to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. Next week, we will be meeting as needed. So to our members, watch your email and listen on the floor. We may have to pull folks off the floor or have subcommittee meetings as needed. As next week is the Friday before crossover, and we know it will be jam-packed, we will not have presentations next week. So, watch this space. Organizations who wish to be acknowledged can email our delegation secretary at aacd@mlis.state.md.us. I did also want to recognize that Grace Wilson from the Anne Arundel County Public Schools is in our meeting today. I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged you here. We also heard that our delegation secretary emeritus, Sienna Scott, has been under the weather, so we want to wish you a swift and gentle recovery. Do I have any other announcements from the members? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to
So
adjourn.
moved. Second.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. We are adjourned. I will see the members on the floor at 11.